Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in again. I'd like to start by saying thank you to everyone for all the love and support I got on my first video, all the likes, the follows, the shares, the subscribes. It was so overwhelming and so exciting. So thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who even messaged me privately and were really excited and even gave me some ideas for videos, which was really good, so at least I know what some people want to hear about. So today's video is going to be about support networks. How can you be a great support network for somebody else? Basically, this thought came about to do this video as I had a good chat with a friend of mine this week. She kind of just made me feel secure, loved, understood, respected. And it was just that great feeling, and it made me think, wow, what are those qualities in her that make her such a good person to turn to and talk to? And I came up with quite a few. I think, first of all, we have to think of ourselves before the other person. So if somebody comes up to you and they're like, oh, I need to chat to somebody because, you know, I've got something going on with my partner, with my parents, but you're not in a good mindset, it's not gonna work. If they say to you, hey, I need to chat to somebody, and you're having an off week, you gotta be honest with them and just say, hey, sorry, look, I'm also going through a tough week. I don't want to give you, you know, crappy advice because I'm not all there mentally and emotionally. So can we leave it maybe for next week? You know, make them understand your situation as well. I'm sure they're gonna understand. Second of all, I think it's very important to be an open-minded person. You never fully understand anybody else's situation ever, as much as they can explain it to you and give you details and whatnot, but you will never ever fully understand their situation. Reason being is that you're not going through it, you're, you know, not there in their day-to-day life. You don't know the ins and outs, because they could be forgetting a lot of information to tell you. Don't be, you know, closed-minded. Just listen to them. Listen to what they have to say and kind of be like, okay, and put yourself in their shoes, or in their shoes and the other person they're talking to you about. You know, really understand the core of the situation. Don't just jump to conclusions. Don't be like, oh, I wouldn't do that, or what the hell, that's weird. Everyone has their own way of living. Everyone makes their own decisions. Everyone does things their own way. So don't be closed-minded. Thirdly, I think is also to respect the loyalty that they're obviously confiding in you. If they've turned to you to talk to you, it's obviously because they trust in you. They see something good in you. They feel like you give great advice. Whatever the reason may be, that there may be, there's obviously a good enough reason for them to want to turn and talk to you. So respect that, and don't go blabbing to somebody else about what they've come and told you. Could be extremely personal. Could be problems with their family. Could be problems with their partner. Don't go blabbing on about it. Respect that they have confided in you. Apart from that, when we, you know, share somebody else's story, we tend to either make it more dramatic or not dramatic enough, or we add or minus things that are not part of the story. So just, it's better to keep it to yourself. If you think that this person is in honest danger, or they're going through something really bad like domestic violence, drug abuse, you know, mental emotional abuse, that's when obviously you go and seek help. Whether, I don't know, you decide to go to their parents, their siblings, the police. But make sure it's somebody trustworthy to the situation. You're not just going to go blab it to another friend. It's just not worth it. If you really have this person's interest at heart, you would go about it the right way. Forgot what number we're up to. But anyway, I think it's also very important to be aware of the surroundings. Let's say, I'm going to use an example, that your friend comes up to you and is having problems with their boyfriend, and then they're having really full-on deep issues to the point where this person's obviously getting really affected. They're crying all the time, they're super emotional, they're just a mess. Let's say this weekend we have a gathering with our friends, we're going to be having drinks and whatnot. be aware of the situation. Make sure you have a little chat to them beforehand and just say, hey, look, I know there's going to be alcohol involved. You know, everyone's going to be having a good time. Don't get carried away with the alcohol. Don't use that as something to kind of hold on to and let's get drunk, yeah. No. Tell them it's not okay to do that. If you want to drink. I'm not saying don't do it. At the end of the day, we can't control those people. But drink wisely. It's just reassuring them that in any circumstance you're going to be there. That at the drink up you're going to be there. That if they need to talk to you tomorrow, they can give you a call or they can message you. Just constantly reminding them that they're not alone. I think it's very important to do that as well. And that's another thing, when you're giving somebody advice, don't be biased. Put yourself in every single situation. Put yourself in that person's situation, in the other person that they're talking about. Really dig yourself into those stories. Like, pretend she's reading you a book and you got to jump in there and have those feelings and emotions and go through all those roller coasters. For you to really comprehend that person's side of the story and to just comprehend the story in general. Like I said, you're never going to fully understand because you're not part of the ins and outs of that person's life. But it will help you get better knowledge of the situation. Always give advice that you genuinely think are good and that you would also want to receive. Don't say things to them just to avoid them getting more upset. If you think they need to hear something, they need to hear it. Don't be a bitch about it. Don't, you know, be mean and be like, well, I think you shouldn't do this and this and this, like this is your fault. No, be nice about it. At the end of the day, they're hurting, and yes, they could have made many mistakes, but be honest, be truthful, be open-minded, be nice, and keep it all to yourself. When someone confides in you, really just appreciate that somebody respects you and thinks you're loyal enough to hear their side of the story. It's so important to find those people that can really help you. It's not necessarily that you need 20,000 people surrounding you, but there just needs to be that one person that knows exactly what to say to you in that moment and can just make everything better. Obviously, they make it feel better in that instant and then they help you continue to make things better. There has been particular people or particular groups of people that have helped me through different situations. There was one group of people that helped me through my parents separating. There was another group of people that helped me when my grandfather passed away. There was another group of people that helped me through my depression and my anxiety. But there can be multiple people for different situations. Just learn to read those people well. Make sure they're people you can trust. People that have your best interest at heart and that are not just pretending to be there. And if worst comes to worst, see a counselor, see a psychologist. There is nothing wrong in seeing a psychologist and a counselor. Trust me, I have done it for a majority of my life and it's the best thing I ever did. Apart from talking to my friends and family, that they were great help. When you go and see a psychologist and a counselor, they know nothing. It's a clean slate with them. You explain your story from the day you were born, and it's the best thing because you even start to realize things as you go. As you start talking, you're like, huh, I didn't even realize that, and things just start to flow. Don't be scared. I know it's very scary the first time you go to a counselor or a psychologist because you don't know this person. It's just a scary situation. I completely understand. So just be smart, guys. Support one another, help each other grow. But do it from the heart. Don't do it out of spite. Don't do it just to do it. But thanks guys for watching my video. There will be another video up next week, so stay tuned. But yeah, live, learn, love, laugh. All those great things. Be positive, guys. Awkward ending. Ah, there's a hair on my face. In my eye.